Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 28 of our Infitech 2 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So if you recall last episode, we started running out of power, and things were kind of looking grim for our systems. We still haven't fully recovered. Part of the reason because I've been working elsewhere on the base, and we don't currently have any chunk loaders, so our base isn't running all the time. Whenever I'm gone and stuff, because mainly since last episode I've been mining and I've been building, and where I'm building right now is actually still on top of the mesa that we're on, but it's a little ways off from the base. So one thing that I want to mention just really quick is Jason, the pack dev, messaged me or commented on the last video and said that he did some testing. These transformers are working. Part of the reason that the whole reason, I guess, that the transformers, the cable inserts, I guess you'd say, here aren't changing is because it's just a graphical bug with the S.A.T.C pack right now. So he messaged the guy that does the S.A.T.C texture pack and is saying about getting that changed, but yeah, that's all it is. So if you're not running S.A.T.C, it should work just fine for you. However, he did mention to run MV power through this, we're really going to need 4 turbines, and we're also going to need to make MV based batteries, the medium sized batteries, because these small ones aren't going to work. So it makes sense now that he mentioned it. I just didn't think about it last episode. So pretty much the setup that we have isn't going to work right now, and we want to get a power source that's a lot stronger and can produce power at a faster rate and keep us running. So I've done some thinking, I've done some reading, and I've come up with an idea that I think will work. Now, it is going to take a little while to get the whole build in place and stuff, and we're going to be building it over the course of a couple episodes. So we're going to get started with that this episode, but before we do, I want to take you out and show you what I've been building. Let me go ahead and sleep real quick, because it's nighttime, and I don't have the whole mesa or anything lit up just yet, so going out there at night's not the best idea, because I have been running into a lot of wither witches, which I tend to just run away from, but hey, hey, God, I see you over there. I don't care. I don't need that that red cobble that's down right there. Okay. Hey, buddy. There we go. I swear. Now, one thing I want to mention is I was originally planning on setting up our factory area right over here, but I have an idea for another building, and I've started drawing out some plans for it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to have 3 major buildings. We're going to have our base, we're going to have our factory area that's over there, and we're also going to have the building that's going to go here, which is kind of like an agricultural center, or our farming and our tree farms, aside from factory use tree farms, because we are going to have some factory use ones, but we're going to have some personal use ones that are set up over here and just different things like that. So it's almost a factory setup, but not having all of our crops and stuff piled in with all of our machines and stuff. I just think it would look better. But what I've started building here, and I have been very busy at this, I spent I don't even know how long building this out, and right now it's all just cobblestone and just straight up carpenter's blocks. I haven't actually started decorating, so I do apologize about that, but cobblestone's cheap and I can replace the blocks as I get to them. But the inside is totally unfinished. It's going to have floors and have some spots that are open to different floors for taller multi-blocks and things like that. But if we come up here, this is just basically going to be the top of it, and there's going to be another level that goes up above that, because I'm trying to build something that kind of fits in with our build, but is more of a modern take and more of what I would think a like tech center would be, you know, in like an Asian style design and everything. So as of right now, this is all I've really got built up here. I haven't totally finished it, but you know, I still got some walls over here that need finishing. All the carpenter's blocks aren't put in yet, and of course it's all just cobblestone. And I haven't even started working on the above section that comes up out of this. But my thinking is that this above section, one day when we reach the point for it, the above section here is probably going to house like our applied energistic system and really be like the heart of our factory, where we can go in and we can control things and see, you know, what all is going on with the factory and see any issues and stuff right up from there, instead of actually having to go down where the machines are. Is kind of my goal with it, but we'll see. So and so we've got like 3 floors set up here, and you know, eventually this is going to have different floors, and it may go underground a little bit too, and we'll use a pneumatic craft elevator to you know, to move between the floors and everything. And I've drawn out some of the floor plans and stuff for the different floors and the way I want it laid out and everything. So it is quite a big build, and I still have a lot of exterior shaping and stuff like that to do. So you know, it's not going to be quite like this once it's all said and done, but you know, we've got to start here. So, and all those carpenter's blocks did run through almost all of my cocobolo wood that I had built up. So I'm probably going to be cutting a bit of trees between this episode and next episode for building and stuff. That's part of the reason I quit making carpenter's blocks and doing that over there, was because it kind of was getting expensive, I guess you could say. You die. Alright. So, anyway, but that's what I've been working on. I didn't actually work on the wall or anything too much. I spent most of my building time over there. So, it's quite big. Quite expensive. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. So, the idea that I have, and it's going to be set up over in the factory there. I've got a little area set off in the back where we'll have like some tree farms and stuff set up. My goal is we're going to start making a Steve's factory, or Steve's Carts tree farm. And right now we really are at the position where we're going to have to go with the basic woodcutter. Now, shortly after we get our MV power up and going, we can upgrade to the reinforced. However, if I pull this up here, I don't think that we have the capacity right now to move up to the reinforced, because, you know, it requires this reinforced metal, you know, for the hardened woodcutter, and this stuff takes steel ingots and refined hardener, quite a bit of power consumption. We do require MV power for that, and this refined hardener does take diamond dust. I don't have nearly enough diamonds. I did a bit of mining between this episode and last. I found emeralds, but I did not find any diamonds. So, I actually found the emeralds right over there. So I was down underground kind of digging and stuff, and came across those. But, so for right now, we're just going to go with the basic woodcutter, and then we'll upgrade shortly after we get everything up and running. But my idea is we are going to, of course, we're going to make charcoal with that, and we're going to feed steam boilers. But we're also, the way we're going to make charcoal, I think, and I've got to do a bit of balancing in a creative world and see if it's even possible, how much it would take. But I'm thinking we're going to make the charcoal in coke ovens and just build a bunch of coke ovens, because I discovered something really, really, really nice. And what that is if we come over here and we grab, say, some of this red cobblestone and open it up here, you notice I can make clay with this, with 3 buckets of water. Now, it is time consuming to grab water and all that mess. I couldn't find any kind of a liquid crafter, but I might be able to figure out a way to automate this. Maybe. I can't think of any, like, what's it called, from thermal expansion. But anyway, we don't have thermal expansion. I've got to figure out a block. I've got to figure it all out. but I'll cover that once I get to that point. But we could probably set up a way to autocraft this, I would think, maybe, or at least autofill the bucket. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyway, I'm thinking about building just a bunch of coke ovens and pumping all the wood that the tree farm gets into those coke ovens, and then it turning that into charcoal, and that charcoal feeding our steam boilers. But that way, we'll be producing a ton of this creosote oil, and then that creosote oil we can cook in a liquid firebox and produce even more steam from that. And then the saplings and apples, we can make the biogas with those and create a biogas power source as well from that. So possibly we could have just a ton of power coming from this one tree farm, and it could be very, very, very powerful, and carry us all the way through MV and possibly even part of the way through HV. I don't know, but carry us really far on that steam production and biogas and everything. That's my thinking on it. You know, like I said, I'm going to test in a creative world how many coke ovens theoretically it would take to do that, because I imagine it's going to take a bit, because it generally takes like about 3 minutes for a piece of wood to get broken down in a coke oven. So we'll see, but that's what I'm thinking of right now. What I'm aiming for. So, but anyway, that's just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with the Steve's Cart stuff. Like I said, it's going to take a couple episodes because I don't have the diamonds just yet to make the basic woodcutter. I think what I'm going to end up doing is making the industrial diamonds, but I've got to process a whole bunch of coal, and I was kind of giving my power systems a little while to build back up. But a lot of this stuff's pretty basic to craft. LV machine casings, LV robot arms, simple PCBs, which are just NAND chips and steel plates. This advanced detector rail, you know, we just need a metal bender to get the rails. The stone ties are pretty easy. The rebar we can make with wrought iron. I believe that was the best way that I found in here. Or the steel works too, but that's not too bad. This locomotive detector is basically just infernal bricks, which are fairly easy to make. Infernal blocks, soul sand, and nether brick to get those. So it's all pretty simple. But one of the major things that I ran into when I was going through this is on the basic woodcutter, of course we require the woodcutting core, and I noticed that it requires this polycaprolactam foil, and it took me a little while to figure out how to make this, because you know how GregTech is, there's like 50 recipes for everything, and you're like looking through them and everything and trying to figure out what to make to get this kind of a thing. But stupid in the eye. So basically what we're going to need to do is get some of these polycaprolactam plates, just one of them, and that'll get us our 4 foils. And an integrated circuit set on configuration 1. Power usage, none of the power usage on any of this basic stuff is very high. So it's kind of nice. But for this plates, you know, I was looking through here and trying to figure it out. We want to go with the molten polycaprolactam. And what we can do here is, no, it's over here. We have to get this naphtha and saltpeter dust in order to get the molten polycaprolactam. And this naphtha is made in the distillery. And we're going to have to get like a cracked light fuel or cracked heavy fuel. And I noticed that the heavy fuel actually gives less than the light fuel. So we're going to try to get the light fuel and get that broken down to get our naphtha. Now, or no, actually I found another way to do it. Yeah, right here. You get the sulfuric naphtha, and you get that from running oil through a distillery with the integrated circuit set to 1. So let's do that really, really quick. If you recall, I have a drum full of oil back here because I'd gotten it before because I was looking at maybe using it as a power source or something early on. I can't remember. And I think that was why I got it. But right here. We've got 32 buckets of it. So if we run this through a distillery, let me grab, oh yeah, I've already got it here. And we'll set this up, we'll set it up right here. That sounds great. And we'll put our, oh wait, that's right. We need to, what do we need to run this through? The refinery, right? Or no, it's the distillery. Okay. My bad. So we'll set that circuit. And we can't... Okay. Let me put it in a fluid tank. And then we'll run it through. And there we go. Now it's making this sulfuric naphtha. It's going to take just a minute for it to run through all of that. But I do believe we'll have plenty of that with just one bucket to get our polycaprolactam, lactic, whatever foils. So we'll let that run for a minute. And while it's running, let's go ahead. We're going to need to get a hydrogen cell. So if you recall, we're going to need that hydrogen cell and an empty cell in here. To get the hydrogen cell, let's see, we're going to need to put yellow limonite in a centrifuge. So let's go grab that really, really quick. I'm pretty sure I've got some yellow limonite in here. Somewhere. Yeah, right here. Remember, I mined up a bunch of it. So we'll just get dust. I do believe we needed, what, 4 pieces? And so let's go ahead. Let me grab my hammer really quick. Right here. I was looking right at it. And that. No, that doesn't work. Okay, maybe we just have to macerate it straight out. Oh, that's right. We're going to have to macerate it and then break it. Okay, so we'll get that going. We'll see how our naphtha's going. We've got it all. And let's go ahead. We're going to set this to pull. Configure that. And fluid auto output. And let's see. The sulfuric naphtha, we're going to need 1 hydrogen cell. Oh, but it needs 7,000 for that. Oh. Tell you what, let's get this thing running again. Bit harder. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of it. Okay. So let's set this to, okay, it's already set to push. And oh, that's right, I'm charging my drill right now. We'll grab that, and we should have a fluid conduit around here somewhere, maybe. Maybe not. Check this. Nope. Okay. So just be a bit easier than piping out a whole bunch of buckets of it. I don't have anywhere. Well, I tell you what. Let's steal this. And we'll just set it up. I'm just going to set it up like this. Okay. Why is it not pushing? I don't know. There we go. Okay, so we'll let that run through, make us a bunch of that sulfuric naphtha, and then we'll resume that. So to get our limonite dust, do we want to run this through the centrifuge or anything first? We'll get brown limonite or nickel if we go through the ore washing plant. So let's... Oh, if we run it through the... Oh, that's the chemical bath. Never mind. We don't want to do that. Okay, so let's... We'll go ahead and run it through the ore washing. Okay. We'll get that going. Another thing that Jason told me was that if we run... I believe it's sphalerite. See, we can make aluminum that way. I mean not aluminum, zinc. So if you recall, we've had a quest for a while to create zinc with Thaumcraft, and apparently we've been able to this whole time. So let me see. I can find it here. There we go. Yeah, sphalerite ore will work with that. So, let's grab ourselves some sphalerite. Phosphate, phosphorus. Okay, maybe I'm out of sphalerite. Maybe. I bet I used it all like last episode. Okay. Well, scratch that. We'll do that. I'll get that mined up for next episode. So. Alright, so we're getting our purified yellow limonite. And then if we thermal centrifuge that, then we can get that centrifuged and then get our yellow limonite dust. So let's go ahead and throw that into there and let that run for just a second. And we'll see how this production is going. We've got 990 naphtha. Alright, so that's going to take just a minute. It's going to take a lot of oil, actually. I don't know if we have to use 7,000. I do believe so. So, alright. I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut camera for just a little bit. And I'm going to let this run. Let me see. Alright. But yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, welcome back. I was just making another fluid tank. These seem like they're so like useful to have just a bunch of them around. Let me see. To make this fused quartz and the alloy smelter. Okay. Another thing that I meant to tell you guys about was Jason mentioned that when I was doing the air last episode, we can actually do that a lot cheaper. We were wasting a lot of power doing it in the electrolyzer. We should be doing it in the fluid canner. So if you look over here, you know, we can just throw that in there. It's a lot less power, 32 EU compared to 24,000 EU. So big difference. That was just a derp on my part. So I do apologize about that. So let's get that fluid tank made really quick. And we've got this yellow limonite now. So let's see, if we put that through the centrifuge with 2 empty cells, that's what we need to do. So our centrifuge, it's got that on there. We'll just move this. Alright. We'll we'll set it up to pull from the bottom, and then we can put our 4 pieces of yellow limonite and our 2 empty cells in there, and we'll get our stuff. So we'll give that just a second. Let's see how much naphtha we've got. 4,000. So we're making pretty good progress towards our 7,000 naphtha. I know this, yeah, it's still got 3,000. That oil really goes a long way. So, and can we not hold the hydrogen in there? Okay. So we're going to have to figure out something else. Okay. Well, let's go dump. I'm just going to dump it in here, actually, all this stuff. I know it's a mess. I gotta get everything sorted. Just throw everything in there. Because we need space. Okay. There we go. And I don't actually need those compressed cells either. So I wonder if we can throw... Oh, we can't do that. Let's see, we want to get it into... What machine was it? So... Okay, let's take a look here. The naphtha is going to have to go into... well, yeah, to get the straight up naphtha, we're going to have to put the sulfuric into the chemical reactor. So, let's see, where's our chemical reactor? Let me find that and get it moved over there, and, oh, it's over here. And I'll be back in a minute once we're ready to get this naphtha processed. Okay, welcome back. So we've got our 7,000 fluid naphtha, or sulfuric naphtha. So we'll go ahead and break that. I'm just gonna let this keep running, I guess, just in case we need some more of that stuff. And I got our basic fluid canner here set up for our hydrogen gas. So we'll just throw our cell in there and get our hydrogen cell. And now I do believe we're all set up to get our naphtha. So we'll get, let's see, chemical reactor, hydrogen cell, and an empty cell, 7,000 sulfuric naphtha, and we'll get our... Oh, we're going to need to move this machine a little bit closer, though. So let's do that, just because we don't want it to lose out on all that energy. We'll just set it up a little bit cramped in space over here. So we'll just set it up right here. Alright, and we'll set our fluid tank up to push its liquid down. We'll let that fill up. We'll put our hydrogen cell and our empty cell here. And we're almost ready to go. Now it's running, and there we go. So we got this hydrogen sulfide. I'm not entirely sure what we can do with that. We can make sulfuric acid with it. Alright. And sulfuric acid. Oh, we can make medium acid batteries. So there we go. That's a MV battery that we could put together fairly easy, I'd say. We need a bit more of it, but large acid batteries, small acid batteries, and sulfuric acid cells. Oh, we can make chemical black dyes. There's all kinds of stuff, looks like, that we can make with it. So it'll definitely come in handy. So we've got 2,000 of it. And so we got our naphtha. Let's go ahead. We'll set this to pull from there. And we'll let that fill up. And now, let's see here. That's what we need, that molten polycaprolactam. And so we're going to need some saltpeter dust. So let me take a look here. Do we have saltpeter dust? I may have to go get some, actually. I know I've ran into some in the nether, I believe, if I recall. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to get some saltpeter. So to get saltpeter, let's see. Oh, potassium with nitrogen and oxygen. Yeah, niter. Let's see. Pure piles of saltpeter, niter dust. Oh, we can get it from soul sand. 80% chance, and it also produces oil. But it takes a lot of EU that we're not ready for just yet. Okay, so let me see. I believe I've seen niter somewhere. So we'll take a quick look here. Actually, I'll be back once I find some, and we'll get back on track. Okay, welcome back. I wanted to show you just really quickly that I did find some. It's right there. So some small saltpeter, so we can grab that. We got 4 pieces of it. So, oh God. All right, but and I actually died too in the nether one time. So, anyway, I'll be back in just a minute once I get back to the base. Okay, welcome back. So we're just going to throw this into the centrifuge really quick. And we just need 1 piece, so go ahead and grab that. And by the way, for some reason, some of my naphtha went into the chemical reactor, so I don't know. But we got 6,800 of it, which is plenty. So to use our naphtha to get our molten stuff here, we're going to put it through the chemical reactor, saltpeter. Oh, well. It's actually not all bad then. How much of this did I need in here? Was it again? 288 of it. Okay, so we've got 200. I wonder, I can't. Can I just take like a bucket? No. Or like a sail, maybe? There we go. That's what we want. So I can't. Man. Okay. Well, we'll just set this up really quickly. And okay, let's see. There we go. Well, we got a little bit extra, but I don't know. That should be fine. And let's get our other fluid tank that's over here, and we'll get our molten liquid from that. And it's almost done. There we go. So we have our 288 millibuckets here. This is like a long process to get this molten yeah, that stuff. That stuff that we're getting. Okay, so now to get our basic woodcutter, we're going to need those plates. There we go. Our woodcutting core, this Polycaprolactam foil. We're going to need one of these plates, and one of these plates can be made, is it, yeah, the fluid solidifier with a plate mold, which I do believe we've got a plate mold. I just got to figure out fluid solidifier. Oh, it's already in there. Cool. And I'm actually just going to break this. We don't need that little bit of molten rubber I have left in there. Okay, we'll set this up right here. Okay. And just because I don't want that tank under there, because it just causes problems. Go ahead and tell it to push, and we'll put our plate mold in there, and there we go. We'll go ahead and just take 2 of them, that's fine. Okay, that took a little while, but now we have our plates, and what was it, configuration 1, correct? To get our foil, yes. Okay. And our configuration 1 circuit is, I think, in the something. Here we go. Oh, that's all. Okay, that just holds 1,000. Alright. So we'll put this in the bending machine, correct? And there we go. We have our polycaprolactam foil. So, I know it's about wrapping up point. I'm sorry it took so long, but there's a lot of steps to making that, and it is very in depth to making it. But to make our woodcutting core now, it just takes 4 of any saplings and then 1 of this PCB. And of course then we need saw blades and diamond saw blades. So I think between this episode and next, I'm going to continue building for starters, but I'm also going to go ahead and craft some of these basic things, the card assembler, the advanced detector rail, the external distributor. Probably go ahead and craft, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and craft like the standard hull, some of those basic pieces to get us going. And then next episode, I'm going to try to get a bunch of diamonds together. We'll come back, we'll make the woodcutting core, we'll get everything finalized, start processing it through to make our cart, and then start setting up for, you know, the tree farm, things like that, and maybe start setting up some coke ovens and going over that. So next episode at least we'll get our cart, you know, started being produced, and we might even actually get our tree farm up and running. I'll probably start the episode, we'll make the diamond blade and everything, or the saw blade, and then I'll come back once it's done creating the cart, and we'll get that set up next episode. So next episode, finalize the tree farm. That's our goal. So, because really, I was looking through everything that we're going to need. You know, I'm going to make a cleaning core. It's not really any different, just iron and orange dye. You know, all this stuff's pretty easy. The main thing that was a pain was that polycaprolactam foil. But now we've got that. The rest of it's all downhill from there. So, and like I said, we'll end up upgrading this to the reinforced version once we have a good solid MV source of power. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope it helped you out if you were, you know, wondering about that foil or anything. And of course we'll hold on to that this other plate because later on we'll probably just make a separate cart, honestly, when we make the reinforced version. I don't know, we'll see. But either way, we're going to need to make a, well, no, if we just upgrade, I guess we wouldn't really need to, maybe. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. And I hope you guys are excited about setting up this big power system. Like I said, I'm going to do a bit of testing, see how many coke ovens we're actually going to need, if it's a reasonable amount. Otherwise, you know, we might set it up a little bit different. But I think we'll be able to pull it off and have a really nice, really expansive and powerful power system set up in a few episodes. But it is going to take a little while to get it all in place and everything, because it's going to take a lot of farming and whatnot. So, plus on top of building and everything. But yeah, so I hope you guys join me for next episode, and until then, do take care, and I will see you then.